This is demo 10. So we're going to make a different kind of cutout. So far I've shown you, I'm going to make a new part here. So far I've shown you, and I'm going to sketch on the ground plane because we're going to make the cutout that's shown in shape 14 on your 20 ISO shape sheet. So we're going to make kind of the part that's on the ground that the cutout goes into, which is an 8x4 rectangle. So I'm going to start with that. It is, I'm going to make it 4 high, tab 8 wide, enter. And here is our rectangle. And then I'm going to make it 2 high. And this is the base shape for that cutout. So we have a box, and I'm actually going to flip the box around so it looks like it does in the picture, and I'm going to reset this home view really quickly like I just showed you how to do in demo 9. Here we go. So I've shown you before how to do a rectangular cutout, just like a rectangular square, and a circular cutout, like in shape 9 or 10. And this time we're going to make a more complicated cutout, and I'll show you what I consider to be the easiest way to do that. So I'm going to do a new sketch, and I'm going to use a combination of arcs and lines to do this, and you may have to stop and rewind this video a couple times to see how this works. But I'm going to start with a line, and I'm just going to make it randomly in the middle of this shape, and later I'm going to dimension it and place it where I want it. So each of these lines where it meets the arcs are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 long. So I'm going to type in the number 4 and hit enter. And I have a line, and it's ready to make another line, but I'm going to now join an arc onto this line. So I'm going to get a green dot. I'm going to go downward because the diameter of those arcs are 2. The radius is 1, the diameter is 2. So I want the diameter of my arc to be 2. So I'm going to do 2, enter. And then I'm going to bring it out, and I want the radius, which is this part, to be 1. So I'm going to kind of hold it steady and then type in a 1, enter. So there's my arc, and now I'm just going to follow the rest of that shape around using some of the features, like when I'm exactly below that line, it's giving me a dotted line, so I can just click. And then I'm going to grab the arc and just connect these two lines together. So green dot, and then I'm going to bring it out and type in a 1 and do enter. So this is the shape, and the dimensions of the shape are correct. But now I need to dimension it into the center of this block. So I'm going to start to add some dimensions. So I'm going to say from this line to the top. I could also do this at the bottom. Sometimes it doesn't work, and you just have to hit escape and try it again. Sometimes I try it in the reverse order, so the outside edge to this edge. And then I want that number to be 1. So if you look at shape 14 on your sheet, that line is 1 from the edge. So I'm going to hit 1 and enter. And now I'm going to dimension the center of one of these circles. So I'm going to just pick this one to this outside edge. And then I'm going to look at my sheet again and count. And the center is 2 away from the edge. So I'm going to type in a 2, enter. And then you'll see that it messed up one side of my arc. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this vertical constraint, and I'm going to click on this edge of the arc and this edge of the arc, and that didn't work. So I'm going to do Control Z to undo. And let me try another feature. I'm just going to dimension this side because it's not, or I can actually try to use another constraint and do equal, and I can say make this the same length as that, and then that snaps this part of it actually still made my arcs off center. And so I'm going to put I'm going to try this. I'm going to say this part of the arc, well, I want to be vertical to the center. That didn't work. So the vertical tool is not working for me very well. Now I'm going to try the center. Nope. Okay, so what else can we try here? I can say that I want, I could use the tangent, that I want the circle to be tangent to this line. Ah, there we go. Okay, so that's making the arcs kind of tune back into the lines. And so now I've got it dimension in both directions, up and down, which is with this dimension, hit escape, and then from left to right using this dimension. And that's how you kind of size and orient a line arc cutout. And so I'm going to cut, and then I have to tell it what I want to cut. So I'm going to let it turn bright, and then I can say all or let it default to 2, and then there is my cutout for shape 14.